Welcome back to another episode of the West 17 Sports TV podcast. Today, we got some returning members, some new members. We got Gavin Heck here, Johnny Gray, and Cade McPeak. Johnny Gray and Cade, first time here. What do you guys think? Podcast?
Gonna be fun. NBA playoffs. It's gonna be good.
Best podcast ever.
Yes, sir. All right, day two. We're looking at the Wizards Sixers first. Let's go to Gavin Heck. We know he has that insider information. We got to go to him first.
All right, so definitely like the Sixers here, probably in 5. I think Westbrook and Beal will both drop 41 game and probably wouldn't take one game, but I think it's a pretty easy series for the Sixers. I think MB will, if he just does his job, he'll be chilling. So yeah, Sixers in 5.
Sixers in 5, going pretty safe here. Johnny, you got any hot takes?
As much as I hate the Sixers, I don't think this is going to be a hard series at all. So I got Sixers sweep.
Sixers sweep. All right. Okay, what about you?
I agree with Gavin. I think it's gonna be a gentleman's 5-game sweep, and Wizards might get lucky in one of their home games. But this is not a hard series off the Sixers. Wizards match up pretty poorly with Embiid, so I think it'll be easy ride to the next round for the Sixers.
Who do you think is the most important player of the series?
Embiid.
Definitely Embiid.
Yeah, probably Embiid.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, Gavin was mentioning earlier they got this guy Gafford, but I mean, is he really going to stop MVP Embiid?
No,
I don't think so.
Alex Len.
I just can't wait till they put Davis Bertans on him and Embiid just has barbecue chicken in the post every time.
For real.
I mean, they really the Wizards just don't match up with us because Beal and Westbrook. If we put Matisse and Ben on them, then they're pretty much shut down. So don't really have any other key players. I'm calling it in 5 just because I think, like Gavin said, I can't count out Westbrook and Beal for one game, but for the entire series, I got to go with the Sixers.
For sure.
All right, moving on to another one that honestly might be one of the most interesting 7-seed versus 2-seed matchups in recent history. The Los Angeles Lakers versus the Phoenix Suns. I don't know, dude. This one could go either way. Theoretically, I think we know who should win, and I think we know who will win. But I don't know, Gavin. What do you think?
I hate the Lakers, but I got them in 7. Obviously the Suns had a really good regular season, but just lack of experience, I think, is going to kill them, with Booker and Ayton. I think Paul's going to single-handedly win them a couple games, but I think lack of experience is going to kill them, and it's LeBron James, so Lakers in 7.
Lakers in 7. That's a good take, I think. Johnny, what do you think?
I think the Lakers are just too dominant. The Suns are too highly seeded. The Lakers are going to just body them, frankly. They have way more experience. LeBron's going to carry.
Yeah, LaFraud's going to get a lot of calls, too. So. It's a fact.
I got Lakers in 4. Lakers sweep.
Lakers sweep, the first hot take, technically, of the series. We got an upset Lakers sweep by Johnny Gray. Put that on the record, on camera.
On the record.
Okay, what do you got to say?
I'm gonna go with the Suns in 6. I think Davis is still in not playing at 100%. LeBron's ankle isn't fully healthy either. I think the Suns are even though they're the 2 seed, I still think they're underrated team, and they have the coach of the year this year, Monty Williams. So I think they might surprise a lot of people this series.
Suns in 6, you say? Interesting take. Who's your most important player for the series?
Devin Booker. I think if Devin Booker can, perform at a high level, he'll be a problem for the Lakers backcourt. And, obviously LeBron's going to score, his 25, 26 a game. Chris Paul's going to give you, 18 and 8 every game. If Ayton gets some rebounds, he'll be good too. But I think Booker for the Suns and Davis being healthy for the Lakers was important in this series.
I think Alex Caruso is the most important player. I think he's going to drop triple-doubles every game. Lamp up Chris Paul. Lakers sweep.
Lakers sweep.
I'm going to go DeAndre Ayton. He's going to have a pretty big job probably guarding AD. He's had a pretty good year. He's averaging like, I don't know, probably like 16 and like 10 or something. But yeah, if he just does his job, puts up those numbers and guards AD, I think they'll give him more of a chance to win, even though I still got Lakers in 7.
Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, I feel like the Suns wanted anyone else but the Lakers to come out of that play-in tournament. And the fact that they got to face the Lakers in the first round after, such a great regular season, that's just tough. But I think the Lakers will pull away in 7, like Gavin said. I think it's going to be a closer series than a lot of people think, just because, Chris Paul is going to put the team on the back, and they've just been flowing so well this entire year. But, I feel like after some time, LeBron's going to heat up, AD's going to heat up, and, Lakers are Lakers. They got depth. They got Dennis Schroeder. They got Montrezl Harrell. They got, Marc Gasol, Andre Drummond. Like, they got some key players who have some experience. Yeah. So I think the Lakers are going to pull away in 7.
Respect.
I mean, Johnny still says Lakers sweep. We'll
Definitely not going to be a sweep, but I think they're going to win today, actually. So
I don't know, dude. Like, my most important player is Anthony Davis, because if he can win that matchup versus Ayton, and if he can like show how good he actually is, because he wasn't that good in the play-in tournament either versus the Warriors. Like, the Lakers almost lost to the Warriors, who ended up losing to the Grizzlies. So like, the Lakers have not been playing at their best, but if they do play at their best, it should be easy,
Sure.
All right, on to the most surprising playoff game of the year, the Hawks versus the Knicks. Someone told me this was going to happen last year. I would have laughed at them, because we've never seen the Hawks versus the Knicks being a 4 versus 5 seed in the playoffs. Let's go to Gavin. What do you think about this underrated playoff matchup?
I mean, I think the Knicks, I think Randall's legit, but besides Randall, I think they're way overhyped. But I also think the Hawks, I don't know what the Hawks is coming into the year. I thought they were going to be a lot better than they were. They still got guys like, obviously, Trae Young and Bogdanovich and Gallinari and like John Collins. But this is a tough one. I think Randall's going to also like single-handedly win 2 or 3 games. But I got Hawks in 6. I think Trae Young. And they do have some experience, like Gallinari's been there, Capella's been there. So, yeah, I got Hawks in 6.
I'm a big Hawks fan. Well, not that big, but I like the Hawks. I'm going to go similar to Gavin. I'm taking Hawks in 7. I want Trae Young to show him what he's about, have some great games. Like you said, you got guys like Collins, Capella, who can be in there and put in some work. But I think
we got Lou Will, too.
Yeah, Lemon Pepper Lou.
Let's go. Yeah.
Team Reddish, big Duke guy. But, Hawks got to show them what they're about.
Okay, what do you think?
I think it's going to be a Hawks in 6 as well. They've been one of the better teams in the NBA since Nate McMillan became their head coach. So I think, it would be nice to see the Knicks win. I think it's good for basketball, but I don't think they're ready yet. I think the Hawks are a pretty good 5 seed, so I think they're going to give the Knicks problems and take this in 6.
Everyone here going with the Hawks in 6 too. What do you guys think? Who do you think is the most important player?
I got Trae Young.
Yeah, I got Trae Young too. If he drops 30 a couple of games, they'll be chilling. So yeah, Trae Young.
I think probably the most important player is Randall, and I think he might play not as well as he has in the regular season in the playoff series. So him not playing as well is going to be one of the reasons why the Knicks can't win the series.
Interesting takes. Coming into this, I really thought that the Knicks were going to take it in like 7. I just maybe I'm too sold on the hype of Julius Randle. You got Reggie Bullock. You got D Rose.
Reggie Bullock.
I mean, like they got guys who work. Like Frank Ntilikina, my guy. But
stinks.
But when you look at the Hawks roster, they definitely have a better roster with Trae Young, Gallo. I think Cam Reddish is injured right now, but if he decides to come back, then him too. You got guys like John Collins, Capella, obviously. they just have a loaded roster that's just been overlooked the entire season. Lemon Pepper Lou off the bench. So, you guys are making a convincing argument. I'm gonna go with what's best for basketball, and that's gonna be the Knicks in 7. Maybe it's because I used to be, a Knicks fan back when Melo was there, but I gotta say, I think the Knicks might take this one. I think Julius Randle is gonna have. I think he's gonna average 37 and 2.
Damn.
Shit,
I don't think he's gonna get 30.
30's kind of let's call it 25 7 and 2. 25 7 and 2. It's probably my first hot take on the podcast, but we're gonna go with the Knicks winning in 7, just because I think that they're gonna fight hard, and I think Trae Young's defense on D Rose is gonna kill the Hawks the most. I got D Rose averaging 18, 4 and 3. You heard it here first. 18, 4 and 3. When D Rose averages that, come back here to this podcast.
I'd love to see that.
I think he can do it. I don't see why not. Well, I do see why not, but I think he can do it.
High, but maybe like 14, maybe.
All right, maybe.
I don't think they're gonna win this series if they're trying to get D Rose to average 18.
I think they have like a solid team of surrounding people. So I think D Rose can literally just drive to the bucket and just kick out for a 3. And because of Trae Young's terrible defense, they're gonna have to overcommit onto D Rose, leaving one of their shooters wide open. And obviously, Julius Randle, he's been an all-star this year, so I can't count him out. I liked him back when he was on the Lakers. I didn't like him in New Orleans, but as the face of this Knicks franchise, I think he has a possibility to really prove himself as one of the greatest 50 Knicks players of all time.
Not that hard.
It's not that hard, but
that's from being in New York, but
one of the greatest 50 players that the Knicks have ever seen.
All
right. We got the last game, the game that, quite honestly, no offense, I have not been too interested in, but we got the Grizzlies versus the Jazz. We got to pay our respects to the Grizzlies for beating the Warriors to make it to the playing game, or to make it to the playoffs. Gavin, what do you think? Grizzlies versus Jazz. Who do you got?
Look, man, I think playoffs are all about fast pace. It's a lot faster, a lot quicker, less fouls are called. And the Jazz, Joe Ingles is slow, Bogdanovich slow, Gobert slow. It's a hot take. I got Grizzlies in 7.
Oh my!
Yeah,
Grizzlies in 7.
Yeah. Ja Morant, they got Jaren Jackson back. I think he's really good. Ja Morant will go off. Dylan Brooks. They got a nice team. They're going to be quick. They're going to be fast. And they're just going to out-hustle the Jazz. Grizzlies in 7.
Wow. Grizzlies in 7. Johnny, what do you think?
I was actually going to go something similar to Gavin. Big Ja Morant fan.
Yep.
I think the Jazz are absolute garbage. So I got Grizzlies sweep.
Oh, boy.
Yes,
yeah.
Bro, that might be a worse take than my Knicks take.
Well, it definitely is, because there's like a chance the Knicks win.
Bro, the Grizzlies have Tyus Jones.
What?
They have Tyus Jones and Justice Winslow. How, like...
They also have Grayson Allen.
Facts.
Oh, yeah, Grayson Allen's on revenge tour against the Jazz.
If you're measuring on Duke
Oh,
players,
yeah, Grayson Allen's old team. He's going to go off.
Revenge tour. He's dropping 30, 12, and 17.
12, 17.
Oh, and they got Valanciunas, who's like a veteran center. He's been in the playoffs before. Yeah, this. It might be Grizzlies in 6, to be honest, but I'll go stay Grizzlies in 7.
Cade, bring some reason to this podcast. What do you think?
this is going to be Utah in 5. This is not a hard choice.
Oh, what?
Valanciunas and Jackson are just going to get locked up by Gobert. Utah gets Donovan Mitchell back with Mike Conley, and Their wings have been a really good shooting team this year with Bogdanovich and Ingles. So I don't think that the Grizzlies stand any chance here. And I think Utah wins a 5.
Damn.
That's all I gotta say about that.
All right, fine. Who's your most important player of the series?
Realistically, like Ja Morant.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dylan Brooks. He's a sneaky guy that could like low key drop 25 on you. He's quick. He's young. Yeah, he can shoot. He can kind of do it all. So actually, I'm gonna go 2 here. I'm also gonna go Jaren Jackson. He's been hurt the whole year, but he's another nice, like really young guy. I think he can be an all-star in a couple of years. So if he just gets back to normal, they can be pretty scary.
Respect.
Okay, what do you think?
Probably Donovan Mitchell coming off his injury. With an ankle, is fully healthy and he's ready to go. And I think it'll make it a lot easier for guys to get out the first round if he's healthy and plays well.
I got another player. If Joe Ingles goes off, the Jazz might sweep.
Yeah, that's
Joe
true.
Ingles is nice.
But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how he's feeling.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. I had the Jazz winning in 6 because in the playoffs, the pace I feel like it slows down.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think it speeds up. I think
all fast pace.
It's definitely not fast
I don't
paced.
think you watch
Half
playoff
court
basketball.
sets. Yeah.
Like,
You
it's
guys are tripping, man.
Bro, half court sets are what determine playoff basketball games. That's a fact. Your fast break points are your fast break points. Like, you need those, obviously. You got Donovan Mitchell to get those. But, your half court sets are what win playoff basketball games. I think the Jazz have great defenders. They got Gobert, who's locking up Valanciunas. The only reason why Valanciunas did well in the play-in game is because the Warriors don't have an actual center besides Kevon Looney. So when you got Gobert on Valanciunas, I mean, that's
Gobert's
a matchup.
overrated.
Gobert might be overrated in the terms of the NBA, but versus Valanciunas, I got Gobert. Donovan Mitchell is the best player in the series. That's a fact. Over Ja Morant, I got Donovan Mitchell. I got Donovan Mitchell at his peak over Ja Morant at his peak. Assuming Donovan Mitchell comes back, 100%. You got to go Jazz in 6. I think the Grizzlies are going to be surprisingly going to win a couple games, here and there. But I don't see them dominating this series at all.
That's a big assumption to say Donovan Mitchell will come back at 100%. I think he's going to be, horrible, frankly.
Yeah, I think. I also think Jordan Clarkson's going to screw him because I think he's going to shoot way too much. Yeah.
Jordan Clarkson's been nice off the bench. He's 6th man of the year.
Dude, but I know, but if he starts shooting 25 times a game, then it's they're getting the ball out of the hands of Mitchell and Ingles and Bogdanovich. So I think he's gonna screw him.
All right, that's not bad. It's not a bad take. I think Clarkson is smart enough to know when he needs to pass the ball though. I know he's like that sweet Lou type guy who just comes off the bench and scores, but the Jazz know that when Donovan Mitchell comes back, it's Donovan Mitchell's team. So it's not they're going to take the ball out of Mitchell's hands. Late game situation, it's going to Mitchell. It has to.
Sure.
I think it's a closer series than people think. I mean, I've never been one to, love the Memphis Grizzlies or the Utah Jazz, but I think it's going to be a decently close series. But I think the Jazz have it, they have it in the bag just because they have the best player. They have the 3rd best player, and, they just have the better team overall.
Memphis in 7.
In 4.
All right. Who's gonna guard Joe Ingles, and who's gonna guard Bogdanovich?
I think. Ooh. I put Kyle Anderson on Joe Ingles because Joe Ingles is pretty slow. I mean, he can just shoot. So is Kyle Anderson. And then for Bogdanovich, I mean, Bogdanovich is a pretty big dude, so you can maybe put Jaren Jackson on him, but yeah, maybe Jaren Jackson.
Bogdanovich is taking that matchup, dude. Bogdanovich is so much quicker than Jaren Jackson.
Bogdanovich is still slow ass though.
Bro, Bogdanovich is like he's so crafty with his art, you know? Like he just like creates his shot. They got shot makers.
Put Grayson Allen on him. He's pretty big.
He's not big height wise though.
6'4".
Oh shit, there goes Cade. See Cade.
Good. No, but Grayson Allen will just like trip him or something. He's got his bag.
He'll probably like take a couple dudes out, to be honest. Like hurt him.
Might injure a couple dudes. That could really change the series as well.
Facts.
All right. That is true. I got to give props to, the Duke player, despite Duke rejecting me, but
Damn.
It's because you're taking
hey, UMD Nation, Terp Nation.
Respect.
Yeah, let me give a shout out to my boy, what's his name? Kevin Herter on the Hawks, UMD Nation.
Oh yeah.
Next.
He's your X factor.
For this series?
Yeah.
I gotta say the biggest X factor has to be.
Oh, we already said that. I'm joking.
It's got to be either Joe Ingles. It low key might be Bogdanovich, because if Bogdanovich can like give reliable. Actually, it's Jordan Clarkson. Because if he's reliable scoring off the bench, then the series is over. If he comes and drops 20 a game, which he could possibly do,
yeah,
the series is over.
Oh, Cade's
hey,
back.
Look who's back.
Welcome back.
Another guy to look for is Desmond Bane of the Grizzlies.
Oh,
this guy's probably going to be first team all rookie.
Is he the guy who hit the three?
What?
Is he the guy who hit that three against the Warriors?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a rookie. He's young. I mean, he doesn't have an experience, but if he can come in there, drop 10 points a game, that'll help him out a lot.
All right, you guys got any closing words for any of the series?
The Mavericks sweep the Clippers. I know we didn't talk about today, but Clippers are losers for the Lakers, so I hope they get swept. And I want to understand
Leg as hell, bro.
All right, I think he's talking about the Mavericks versus the Clippers, which we did discuss yesterday, but I'm pretty sure you are not a huge Clippers fan here, eh?
I still got Clippers in like 6 now, though.
I think Dante DiVincenzo is going to average triple-double over 25 points. It's the year of Delaware. We're going to be out here.
Facts.
I still think they're going to lose, though.
You think the Bucks are going to lose?
Yeah. Horrible.
I got Bucks in 6.
All right, well, thank you all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Put what you think Johnny's favorite food is in the comments down below. And Johnny will personally tell you if you're right or wrong. We'll try to get Cade on when he actually has Wi-Fi next time. Maybe then he can speak. And all right, we'll see you all next time.
Until next time.
Peace.